A few days ago, we talked about how if you were planning on playing Grand Theft Auto 6 on an Xbox, we had some good news for you. Well, now if you're planning on playing on a PlayStation 5 or even a PS5 Pro, I've got some good news for you, and we'll be explaining all of that in this video today. So this comes from a post that went viral on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. It was one of the top posts that you could see really over the last couple of hours, and it linked to a individual on X on social media. And I'll just be completely real with you guys. I'd never heard of this individual before, nor do I know what other information they've put out in the past, but their name is Detective Seeds. They say I post deals, reviews, games, movies, and techs, Navy vet, business inquiries, etc. They have almost 10,000 followers on social media, so it's a good sized following. And this is what Detective Seeds had to say about something involving PlayStation, some big projects, most likely Grand Theft Auto 6. So a few days ago, he went on to say this: there are 2 more PlayStation partnerships that have not been announced yet and should happen before the summer show. With someone saying, wait a minute, you're talking about 2 more partnerships, just like People Can Fly partnerships? Yes, and then another is a big marketing deal. So essentially, 2 more partnerships plus a big marketing deal. One of those has to be Grand Theft Auto 6. And I know this sort of partnership and collaboration sounds obvious, but again, it really would surprise me if Sony did not just back up like a full dump truck of money to Rockstar in order to secure the rights for GTA 6. And this isn't the first time we've heard this, that Sony was eager to work with Rockstar in order to secure rights for Grand Theft Auto 6. Back in September 2024, we actually heard a scoop from the XNC podcast, which is hosted by Colt Eastwood and middle-aged game guy, otherwise known as MAGG, that Rockstar and Sony were heading for a likely partnership, and that Sony has secured exclusive marketing rights for GTA 6 and the PS5 and the upcoming PS5 Pro. Take a listen to this.
It's not massive news because I think everybody was expecting it, but it's more confirmation. You're going to hear about it during the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 that Sony has locked down marketing rights for GTA 6 for the PS5 and the PS5 Pro only.
Gosh.
So it's been locked down. It's not out in the wild. But
what would that mean for Xbox consumers
Nothing.
or fans?
Well, they're still getting it, but they're just not going to get the marketing exposure. That's all it is. However, there's other stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about. I was told not to mention.
Okay, I wonder if there'll be like some type of like bedazzled jeans or anything that's exclusive to PS5 or something.
Not sure, but the person who the person I spoke to said that this is from, and the funny thing is this is from Redmond. This is not from a Sony guy. I don't know any Sony guys. I know one Sony guy, but even then, Sony's pretty tight-lipped. But this is from Redmond because they caught the news.
So let's just assume that all of this is true. What does this mean for GTA 6 fans, specifically if you play on a PlayStation 5 or a PS5 Pro? Well, it likely means that there's going to be some sort of bundle with the console once the game ends up coming out, meaning you'll be able to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro or just a regular PS5 and it'll come bundled with GTA 6. It might even have like a specific design to the console itself or a different styled controller. Certainly the box might be different. There might be some exclusive things included in there. I would say as far as what you actually experience in game, I think it's safe to say there'll be some sort of bonuses or extra additions that you get: cars, vehicles, clothing, etc. A crazy case scenario would be getting exclusive access to the game, or at least in some way, shape, or form early access, like 2 or 3 days in advance, a week in advance. That seems wild, but remember, that's what Rockstar used to do when they launched DLCs back in Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption's era. Back then, they were working with Microsoft, and if you were on the Xbox 360, you got those expansions months before everyone else. Now, I know that was a long time ago in a different video game era, but could Sony do something very, very similar? The answer is we don't know, but it's leaning that way. And this makes sense because for years now, Rockstar Games has had this relationship with Sony where they've been partnering with them In fact, they've even done reveals at their press conferences, like at E3 and whatnot. Now, again, that was many, many years ago, but they have been working with Sony for a long time. And even their most recently released titles, like the re-released version of GTA 5 on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, it had bonuses and even discounts for those that were playing on the PlayStation. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this time around. But it does seem as if whenever Rockstar's marketing period begins for Grand Theft Auto 6, it's going to heavily feature Sony and the PlayStation. Now, speaking of the PlayStation, there was this article that came out the other day on Games Radar. GTA 6 is, quote, definitely going to be a big economic boost for the games industry. That'll help bring a lot of more people back into the ecosystem. PlayStation Indie Boss reckons. Again, that happening on Games Radar. And so what Games Radar did is they actually interviewed PlayStation's Greg Rice, who's the lead curator for Day of the Devs, and he spoke to them at a game developers conference, going on to say GTA 6 is going to be the best, awesome, giant game of the year for sure. I hear a lot of the opposite of devs worried about it sucking all the space out. I don't want to launch during GTA week or even month because that's all anyone's ever going to be playing. And Rice believes that it's 100% true that Rockstar's game will do gangbusters and sell millions of copies, and he's certainly not alone in that belief, but I think the industry is matured enough that there's space for that and other things as well. It's going to be a combination of there will be games that will be successful around GTA time because they're totally different, but it'll also bring a lot more people back into the ecosystem. And then he goes on to say, I'm sure there's lots of gamers that GTA 6 will be the only thing they play. It'll be an opportunity to get in on the new console generation and see what else is out there. So it's definitely going to be a big economic boost for the games industry and will be a multi-billion-dollar title, but I don't think that it's a competition with indie games. And I think if you're someone like that, you're just excited that it's coming out because it will bring so many new people to the console cycle because it's only going to be out on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So if you have a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you're out of luck. If you're a mobile gamer, you're out of luck. If you're playing on the Switch or Switch 2, you're also out of luck. And if you play on the PC, you're out of luck, at least for the time being. So yes, it is going to be a massive boost to not only PlayStation and Sony, but also Microsoft and Xbox. But anyways, that is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Do you think this is good news for PlayStation 5 guys? And if you're a fan of Sony, do you think they're going to acquire the marketing rights for GTA 6? And do you think that'll be happening soon? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.